After being together in marriage for almost 20 years, Damon and Luciana Barroso started a family. In 2003, the two met at the pub where Barroso worked and clicked right away. 2 years later, they were married and welcomed 3 daughters, Isabella, Gia, and Stella. Additionally, Damon started to stepdate Alexia, Barroso's daughter. Despite being an A-list celebrity, Damon and his partner have a very private life. The mother of 4 seldom appears in interviews and does not use social media. She does, however, occasionally walk the red carpet in support of her husband's endeavors and profession. What is known about the wife of the Good Will Hunting star, then? To find out more about Luciana Barroso and Damon, continue reading. Barroso's background before meeting Damon is largely unknown, however people has previously revealed that she was born in Argentina and speaks Spanish fluently. The couple had a first date that resembled a romantic comedy. While filming Stuck on You in 2003, Damon mentioned that he met his partner in Miami. This information was disclosed during an interview on the Ellen DeGeneres show. "I literally saw her across a crowded room, literally," he said. "That's my life now, 8 years and 4 children later. If it hadn't occurred, I'm not sure how else our paths could have crossed." Barroso had a slightly different recollection of events. In 2018, she talked about their initial meeting in a rare interview with Vogue Australia. Barroso was a bartender at the time, and Damon stopped in for a drink with his film crew. According to he saw me across the room and noticed that I had a light on. "Yeah, it was a nightclub, there were lights everywhere," the woman exclaimed. Then, in order to escape the throng, Damon moved behind the bar. He had started getting recognized and asked for pictures and autographs, and then it got kind of aggressive because people are drinking and stuff, she said. He arrived and took refuge behind the bar, wanting to just sit back and enjoy a beverage. "Oh, I saw you, and I really wanted to talk to you," he remarks. Still, Barroso made the decision to hire the actor. He replied, "You know, if you're going to be back here, you can't just be standing there." He began mixing drinks after receiving training as a bartender for a movie years prior. "Naturally, everyone wanted to see him, so he made me a ton of money in tips that evening," she went on. "So it turned into a really fun night, and then 15 years later here we are." Damon marked the 20 years since he and his wife first met on April 5, 2023, while making an appearance on The Tonight Show. "Yeah, this is the day we met 20 years ago," Damon acknowledged when host Jimmy Fallon brought up seeing Barroso backstage. Barroso was raising her daughter Alexia alone as a single mother when she and Damon first met. Isabella, Gia, and Stella are the couple's other 3 daughters, whom they welcomed after they got together. Barroso revealed to Vogue Australia that being a mother was one of the qualities Damon liked about her when they first met. "We definitely had a connection right away, it was so easy to talk to each other, we were very comfortable with each other, and by the end of the night, he invited me to go out with his friends," she said. "But I thought to myself, I can't, I have a daughter who is 4 years old, I'm not going anywhere," and the fact that I had a daughter was one of his favorite things. She went on, "I love that you're a mother and that's your priority," he remarked. It may not have seemed complicated to him, but it may have seemed that way to some other guys. When you connect with someone, that relationship is with that individual alone, the other elements, such as the movie star aspect, didn't really matter. "To me, Matt is just Matt, therefore it was just Matt." Damon and Barroso dated for 2 years, before getting married in December 2005. Damon and Barroso were originally married, but Barroso had previously wed Alexia's biological father. In advance of the couple's 10th wedding anniversary, Damon offered insights into marriage and revealed the key to their long-lasting bond. The actor said, "I'm lucky I found my wife," to Entertainment Tonight. "I guess maybe, if there's any secret, it's to feel lucky. I think marriage is insane," he went on. "I adore being married to my wife, even if it's a strange idea. I thus wouldn't discuss their friendship with anyone else." Barroso may avoid the spotlight, but she is still pals with some well-known people. Above all, Barroso and Damon have a tight relationship with Chris Hemsworth and Elsa Pataky. The two spouses, who went on vacation together with their children, met through mutual friends, as Pataky revealed to People. Chris has been a big fan of Matt Damon, me too, and then when I met his wife I'm even more a fan of his wife, she stated. These folks are just remarkable. Since everything we do is done with the kids, and it's better to do things with people who understand you, we ended up making the same arrangements because we have 3 kids and they have 4. We were merely on vacation in Costa Rica since they are also really daring. Pataky attributes their growing closeness to each other over the years, in part because they are both fluent in Spanish. So, having someone who speaks Spanish is a relief for me. We have grown close as friends, the Spanish model and actress told People. Even after spending Christmas together one year, the two got matching tattoos. We felt like we had to have something to remind us of those great moments we stayed together, and we decided to get a little tattoo of 3 dots on their pinkies, all together, and we say we'll have to do one every year, Pataky said. Barroso, Damon, Pataky, and Liam Hemsworth on a trip to the Greek island of Mykonos in June 2023. The trio was spotted dancing and smoking cigars together. In a 2017 interview, Damon disclosed to Parade that Barroso's and his wedding ring served as a memorial to his grandparents. He clarified that his mother inherited the ring his grandmother had worn, which was composed of tiny, tiny little diamonds. They weren't quality diamonds, it was what Damon's grandfather could afford, remarked the actor. However, the union endured. For more than 60 years, they were wed. The marriage was the most important thing, not the ring. Upon informing my mother of my impending marriage to Lucy, she presented me with a ring, which contained 6 little diamonds. After taking 3 of them and placing them inside my band, we took another 3 and placed them inside her band. Therefore, even though they are invisible, we should be bringing the best aspects of that connection with us. When Barroso coaxed Damon into getting a tattoo in 2013, it was of his nickname Lucy on his upper right arm. He recalled, she just announced it, in a 2021 GQ interview. We were in our Manhattan apartment when she said, "We're getting tattoos." I replied, "All right." Damon clarified that Scott Campbell, a friend of his who also created all of Heath Ledger's tattoos, was the tattoo artist he wanted to make his own. Speaking of Campbell, I told him if I ever got a tattoo, he was my first phone call, the man said. In addition to having Lucy permanently inked on his arm, Damon also had a tattoo on his arm that Ledger had personally drawn before he passed away in 2008. Damon said, pointing to the abstract pattern on his right arm, Heath was a very creative, restless person. He was quite perceptive. All of this just came out of him. He was very unique. Barroso eventually obtained the identical tattoo on her foot. Despite being married to a well-known Hollywood star, Barroso avoids the limelight herself. She doesn't use social media and doesn't discuss her relationship in public too much. Damon enjoys being married to someone who is not in the business, for his part. Damon stated in an interview with Esquire, "I was fortunate. I developed feelings for a civilian. Not an actress, and not a very well-known one at that. Because of this, the attention expands exponentially rather than doubling. The two appear to make every effort to keep things normal. Paparazzi can try to stake me out, but they're always going to get the same story." Middle-aged married guy with 4 kids, Damon stated in the same interview. The couple, who have been married for almost 20 years, have stated that spending a lot of time together is the secret to their enduring love. In reality, Damon stated to Your Tango in a 2014 interview that he and Barroso never spend more than 2 weeks apart, despite his hectic work schedule. There is a 2-week limit. I won't be gone for longer than 2 weeks, declared Damon. I believe that you should spend as much time as possible with the person you love. My soulmate is my wife. Being apart from her is unpleasant for me. Barroso, a mother of 4 girls, understands the value of instilling confidence and self-acceptance in her daughters. She stated that she makes an effort really hard to constantly talk about self-esteem and compassion, and hope that will carry on in an interview with Vogue Australia. We're not always going to be able to be there when they have to make critical decisions in their life, So I just hope that they know how to respect themselves and respect others, and to not hold back and do what they want to do, but always have in mind the effect on another human being," she said. "I want them to feel like they can do anything and everything they want to do, to just have to go for it and try and don't let anything stand in their way, but not at the cost of somebody else." In July 2023, when speaking with Jake's Takes, Damon recalled working on a movie that he was aware would not be a box office success. He fell into depression upon realizing that he had uprooted his family for a project that did not live up to his expectations. "Sometimes you find yourself in a movie that perhaps, might not be what you had hoped it would be, and you're still making it," he stated. "My wife had to pull me up since I had descended into depression over it. We're here now," remarked Luciana. Damon continued by attributing his success as a professional actor to his wife. "I do take great pride in becoming a professional actor, largely due to her influence. And being a professional actor entails working a 15-hour workday and giving it your all, even if you know it will be a fruitless endeavor," he clarified. "You're a pro if you can accomplish that with the best mindset imaginable. She was incredibly helpful to me in that regard." In an interview with Entertainment Weekly in July 2023, Damon mentioned that, following a hectic few years, Barroso had requested that Damon take a break from his career. Until Christopher Nolan offered him a job, the actor told his wife he would take a sabbatical from acting. The Oppenheimer actor remarked, "This is going to sound made up, but it's actually true. To avoid getting too personal, I had to have a lengthy conversation with my wife about taking time off." He continued by saying that he didn't even know if Nolan had any projects underway when he made the pledge. The actor claimed, "It's impossible to know if he was working on anything or not because he never tells you. He just gives you an unexpected call. Thus, it was a particular occasion in my home." Barroso frequently goes to Hollywood star-studded parties, award shows, and charity events as Damon's guest. She went to the Los Angeles premiere of Damon's film Air in March 2023 with 3 of their 4 daughters. Pictures showed the family having fun together while walking the red carpet. In support of George and Amal Clooney, Damon and Barroso went to the 2nd annual Albies later that year. In March 2024, Barroso and Damon went out once more to attend the Oscars after party hosted by Vanity Fair.